Good day, everybody, and welcome to NoRiskNoFarm. My name is Leo Risk, and today we want to share with you our experiences with a special fruit, or some people might call it berry, the chokecherries. We have quite a few of them here on the farm, and we started to appreciate them every year a little bit more. It's a real treasure out of God's pharmacy, and yeah, we would like to share some of those advantages or benefits of this fruit and show how we use it. But before we do that, we need to give the trailer from our quad rinse, because we will use it, and we used it for all kinds of stuff this week. So before I start to using it for picking chokecherries, I would like to have it clean. Okay, let's come along, and yeah, thanks for joining. Here we are at our farm washing station. Here we have always the pressure washer hooked up, so because there's always stuff to wash or that needs a rinse. So yeah, today we will give the little trailer a rinse here, and then we can use it for picking the cherries. All right, and now let's start. I like working with a pressure washer. It's so satisfying. The result is most of the time nice and clean, and you can actually see what you're doing. It's yeah, very good type of work. I like it. If you also like pressure washing, put it in the comments below. Then I'd like to see if I'm the only one that likes it. Especially in this time of the year, when it's nice and warm outside, and you can experience the water and stuff as well on your skin. So I like it really. Okay, now this one is done. The trailer is clean. I even wouldn't hesitate to eat out of it. Maybe not quite, but it's quite clean. All right, and now let's go to one of the spots where we know we have the chokecherry. This field we call honey field, and the reason is you can see in the background the bees standing, multiple hives, and we give this, or we allow one guy having his bees here, and in return we are getting some honey off of it. So that's why we call it the honey field. And at the edge of this field we have multiple bushes of chokecherries. Yeah, so now we can start picking. Here we are at the very first chokecherry bush. In case somebody doesn't know how they look like, I would like to show you. So this is how the chokecherries look like. They are, when they are ripe, they are black. And they have a little, yeah, I would say stone, or I don't know, something like that in there. And they're a little bit sourish. And if you eat it raw, like this, it pulls a little bit your mouth together. So it's, I mean, I like to eat it even raw, no problem with that. But even more delicious it is when you preserve it like we do, what we will show in the yeah, further down the video. Okay, then now let's start picking this first bush and then continue with the other ones. There are multiple bushes here in this row. So what we do now is just we cut those little yeah, little branches here and collect them, and at home we will separate them from this little stem. Not only humans like to eat it, birds, deer, even bears, they enjoy it as well. So it's a very good source for all kinds of vitamins. I'll talk about it a bit later. And so they also pick those cherries and eat them. We're happy that we have more than enough here in the yard. Last year in summer, they were ripe in mid-July already, and this summer is a little bit weird. We got lots of rain, which is good, but at the same time it wasn't that warm, so everything is a bit late this year. Even the garden, and yeah, you can also see it here with these wild bushes. They are late as well. So today is mid-August, and we yeah, only the last couple of days they started to ripen. So it's about a month later than last year. In this first spot we had about 5 or 6 bushes of chokecherries, and we yeah, harvested them. This is what we got out of these bushes here, and now we need to go to the next spot and see what's available there. On the second spot we were only able to harvest this one little pail. It's a little bit disappointing. Last year it was way more there, but I think we are not the only ones waiting for the chokecherries to ripen. The birds and the deer, they are pretty much on it. I can see that to a certain height they are almost all gone. So further up in the bush there is a little bit more berries. But yeah, that's what it is. But we are happy that we are able to harvest at least this one. So we can go to another spot yet and see how the situation is over there. We always leave enough berries behind so that the birds can still find some. You're not taking everything. I think that's part of being responsible towards the nature and be a good steward, not one that takes everything and leaves nothing behind, right? So be mindful, always be mindful of that. I mean, there is always a certain height that you can't reach anyways, but even on the height where I could reach it, I just on purpose leave some berries behind so that the birds can find some. Yeah, this was the last spot we wanted to try today, and we found some of the chokecherries, and I think it's enough for today. We will preserve the first batch, and in case we decide to do another one, then we can go and pick more. Okay, now let's go back to the yard and start to separating the chokecherries from the stems here. All right, let's see how many chokecherries we got here. We have these bowls here. I'll bring them inside and start cleaning. Not sure if I can fit them all in 2 bowls. Will it be a tight fit? I guess I have to use the pail yet. Yeah, 2 bowls and a little bit. All right, let's head inside and start cleaning. All right, you guys, here we are in our kitchen, and the next step that we need to do with these chokecherries is to separate the cherries from the stems. We found it the easiest way is to use a fork so that we don't have to pick each individual cherry, but instead just go ahead and basically pull the fork down the stem, and then it separates it automatically. It's really nice and fast, not a big deal. Just a couple minutes and we will finish this here. When we moved here to this property, we discovered these bushes all over the place, and then we started to do some research what they are, and because we didn't know what it is and if it's even edible or not. So and then the first couple articles we read was that we found out that these are chokecherries. So, and then we started to read, and the first article was back then in the days, indigenous people used to use these chokecherries to treat, let's say, if they had a cold or something like that. So they used it to treat those types of health issues. And yeah, that was for us reason enough to look deeper into it and to try to find a way how to even preserve it. I mean, you can eat it fresh, but they are available only so long, right? So in July and August, maybe early September, then they're gone. So usually, if you need them, it's kind of in a different season, or you would like to use it over the whole year. So that's why we ended up preserving them. When we did our research, we found out that these cherries are very rich in multiple vitamins like A, C, E, K, and B6. So those 5 vitamins are very rich in these chokecherries. And yeah, I mean, you can also do your own research on that, but we know that a couple of those vitamins are very important for us to for our immune system and stuff to support our health. Chokecherries are also rich in antioxidants and all kinds of minerals. I took some notes here. So it's calcium, iron, magnesium, potassium, phosphorus, zinc, copper, and selenium. And I think that's one of the reasons why it's so beneficial in many cases. And I would like to talk about or mention 5 health benefits of these chokecherries today. So before I share the 5 benefits, I would like to give or do a little disclaimer. I'm not a doctor, and I also don't have a health-related education or anything. So what I share right now is what I read in different articles. So, and if you are interested in more details, please do your own research and find out if this is good for you as well. So the first benefit is that chokecherries are a real booster for our brain because they contain lots of vitamin B6. They improve our memory, and they also are beneficial for our focus. That's a real good thing. I feel like our brain is our computer, right? Our God-given computer, and everything that improves this machine up there is, I think, good for us, right? So why not using the stuff from nature that we have? The second benefit of chokecherries is that they help reducing blood pressure. There was a study with 2 groups independent from each other. The one group was given some chokecherry extract, and the other group just placebo. So, and after I can't 100% recall, it was a couple weeks, it was 6 or 7 weeks, they checked on both groups again and realized that the blood pressure was reduced by the group that took the chokecherry extract, and also the arteries were reduced, and this is pretty impressive. I mean, that means that you have to take it on a regular basis if you would like to actually see some improvement. It's not just an on-off, right? So It's like a medicine basically at the end. If you have struggled with that, maybe it's worth to look into it and see if this could also help you. Benefit number 3, choke cherries lower the risk of heart disease. This is very close related to number 2, but it's kind of an extension of that. A study from Japan showed that people who ate choke cherries or choke cherry products, like extracts or juice concentrate, something like that, on a regular basis, they experienced a lower level of cholesterol, and the risk of coronary artery disease was lowered. And that was a study in Japan, and also a study in the States that backed it up. So that's pretty beneficial. I think everything that's connected to our heart, be it blood pressure or be it all kinds of heart disease. So it's good to know that we have something in nature that we can take to prevent all those critical illnesses or diseases, right? And now benefit number 4. Choke cherries fight chronic inflammation. I mean, inflammation itself is not a bad thing because it shows that our immune system is working, and that's how our immune system fights against infections, right? But as soon as our body is constantly under inflammation, like a chronic inflammation, that could have all kinds of effect on our heart, on yeah, we could develop diabetes or arthritis, or even I think in one article it says even Alzheimer's could be affected, or people could develop Alzheimer's if they are under chronic inflammation. So consuming choke cherries and choke cherry products on a regular basis helps with that, and protects our body of being under an inflammation constantly, right? So that's also a pretty good benefit, so that we can prevent that. So my last benefit is that choke cherries are able to strengthen the immune system. So I mean, we know our immune system plays a key role, right, in our overall health. And eating choke cherries, this can help strengthen our immune system, and that will keep us, generally speaking, more healthy or less likely to get sick, right? So that we experience that a lot, like whenever it comes to colds or stuff like that. Even if somebody is coughing a lot or so, that reduces all that. And unfortunately, I mean, it's always like that, right? So as soon as we are feeling better, we stop taking it, or are not taking it serious anymore, like only once in a while or once a week or so. But if we would actually do it on a daily basis and make it as a part of our diet, there would be a way higher chance that it actually prevents us from getting sick. So yeah, I would encourage you, if you are looking into this, to take it on a regular basis and make it part of your diet. Now let's see how our process is moving forward here. So I finished one of those strainers here, and now I think I have to rinse it underwater. We got a couple inches of rain, actually 1.5 inches of rain the day before yesterday, so I'm assuming they are not too dirty, but still, would like to make sure they're nice and clean when we process them further, just like that. Nice, first batch, perfect. All right, the first step is done here in the kitchen. We decided to split the whole batch in two because our pot will only have enough space for one of those bowls. So we will do the second batch another day. And this is what you get. You have basically half of the whole thing is garbage, leaves and stems. So this is not needed anymore. This is a full bowl of nice, clean chokecherries. They need to be cooked for 20 minutes, and then we will use another strainer that is finer than these, and work the chokecherries through that. So basically to divide the fruit itself, or the soft part from the core, so that those two parts are divided. The whole process takes two cookings, so to say. One is the whole fruit, and then the second step is just the soft tissue, and combined with some sugar, but that we will explain a bit later. Okay, let's dive into it and start cooking. So now we need to transfer the cherries here into the pot, nice and smooth, just like that. Even it out a little bit, and add some water. Just slightly over the cherries here, not too much. Yeah, this water tap is connected to our filter system. That's why it's a bit slower than the big one here. So we filter all the water that we drink, that we cook with, and it's just better because we have a well here on the property, and it runs through multiple filters depending on what the water is used for. But for the kitchen, we have the osmosis filter system here. I think it's a 4 or 5 stage osmosis filter, so that we use it for drinking and cooking here. Okay, just like that, not too much. Just cover the cherries a little bit and done. Okay, now I head over to the stove. All right, now we start with a full steam, and just watch it so it's not doing something crazy here. Just keep an eye on it. So the chokecherries are in the pot now for 15 minutes, but it's not cooking yet. So we can clearly see the steam, but it's not cooking yet. So make sure that you stir it every other minute or so, so that the chokecherries don't stick to the bottom of the pot. Oh, it looks good already. As soon as it starts cooking, you will see it when it bubbles and stuff. So then make sure you check the time and from that point, about 15 or 20 minutes. Yeah, it needs to cook for 15 or 20 minutes. So you see here, we have a bunch of stuff lined up. First of all, we need to make sure the jars are completely clean. I mean, these are clean jars. They were washed, but now we will use cooking water to one more time clean them. And in this pot we have the lids of the jars. We cook them basically to make sure they are 100% clean and there is basically nothing attached to them or stuff like that. So this we do here in the meantime. We just cook the kettle of water here, put it in this bowl. Be careful, it's a dangerous situation here. Just like that. And now take one jar at a time and put them carefully here into this hot water. Turn it around a couple times, like that. And then carefully take it out. Just like that. So, and then repeat this process with all the jars. And don't forget to stir the pot or the cherries in the pot. Oh, now it started to show bubbles. Yeah, now we can watch the clock for 15 minutes here. Yeah, this is a good sign. So now we can turn back the heat a little bit to about medium and then let it cook for the time 15-20 minutes here. Now we finished to disinfect the jars here and also the lids, and we make sure that we watch the pot very closely here, and we notice already that the water turns purple already. It's not clear anymore, it's purplish, and the chokecherries itself, they are not as dark anymore. They lose the color, and the process is going here. Every other minute I'm stirring it to make sure everything is nice and smooth inside the pot here. The next step is to use one of these spoons. I have no clue what the name is, and then slowly put it in this strainer. This is the finer strainer. See, the core of the cherry will not be able to go through this. Just the meat basically will go through it, and we will collect it in this bowl and then put it back into the pot here. We realized that we lost a little bit of heat, and so we decided to let it cook for about five minutes more, and we turned it a little bit higher here. So now it was boiling for 5 or 6 minutes like this here, and I think now it's perfect. By the way, I just learned 2 new words in English. So the ladle, not the spoon, you know, the ladle. And to Germans, it makes totally sense when I said we will separate the core from the meat, because in German it says Fruchtfleisch, which means fruit meat, but yeah, it's pulp. It's pulp basically. So, all right. Yeah, I think now it's more than good enough. We can turn off the oven here, or the stove. Carefully remove the lid, and I'll show you the result here. Purple chokecherry soup. You see how the chokecherries turned from black to a lighter color here? They lost their color, and the water basically is now purplish. Okay, so now we will use the ladle to transfer here the whole soup from the pot to this strainer. We will do 2 portions at a time, and then try to squeeze them a little bit here, and that way, oh, I think I have to hold it a little bit like that. That will force the pulp further down into the bowl, and we will only have the core left here. It's a little bit messy and it takes a bit of time, but it's doable. This is what you got. So it's not possible to do more, because the cores, they hold the distance, and then you can't push further. So that's as good as it's possible. This is the first time I'm actually doing this whole process. Usually my wife has done it in the past. So now I'm doing it after her instruction, you know, or following her instruction. And I'm surprised how much pulp actually stays behind. I tried different variations here, how to process it. This seems to be the most effective one, but still, there is lots of pulp that stays behind. Yeah, I guess there's not much I can do about it. It's part of processing chokecherries, I guess. After this exercise, I need to drink a cup or 2 of those chokecherry syrups here to avoid my blood pressure going up. Yeah, we are finally done with the squeezing process. So this is here the result. Here are the leftovers, so to speak, and here is all the liquid. So now we need to transfer this liquid back into the pot here. Just like that. And here this pot has a measurement or a scale type of thing here. It says 4 liters, so I think it's more like 3.5. So now we need to add 3.5 kilogram of sugar to it. So that's half of sugar, half of the liquid here. And then, yeah, we let it cook for a while yet. So now I'm measuring 3.5 kilograms of sugar. Yeah, we turned the stove back on already on medium, and now we start to cook this fluid here. Need to stir it a little bit right away so that the sugar mixes in nicely. Yeah, you just saw us separating the pulp from the rest here using the strainer. There is also another way to do it. Some people use a cheesecloth and just press it, but this is a little bit more challenging because, especially in the beginning, imagine the whole chokecherry soup is boiling hot, and then how you actually squeeze it. I mean, further down in the process it's not a problem, but especially in the beginning it can be quite challenging. So that's why we stick to the method with the strainer. It's more user friendly, I should say. And now we let it cook for a while, and you will see during the cooking process it will start turning more dark from the light purple color to a really dark purple, almost black color. Yeah, we will stir it like this for every other minute or so. Yeah, watch it closely so that as soon as it's done we can fill it in the jars here. So now it's almost ready, guys. Look how it changed the color and everything. Look how dark it is now. Now it's syrup. That's what we're after. Preserve the syrup to use for all kinds of application, to consume it like pure, like medicine basically, or you can make kind of iced tea out of it, or make a tea from it, whatever. So it's all possible. It's basically a good concentrate of chokecherry. All right, we left it for 10 minutes, 10 or 12 minutes after it started boiling here in the pot. Now it's done. Turn off the stove and bring it over to our filling station here. We prepared everything here, all the jars and everything else. So what we will use here is the ladle to put it in the jar. We have a little funnel here that helps preventing any any mess here on the table. And that's basically it. All right, now we take the clean jars. Okay, now let's fill the jars here. Be careful, it's boiling hot. Take your time. Just like that. The advantage of using this type of funnel is the opening here of the jar stays clean. So and then you don't have to clean it. It's almost black. Color changed quite a bit compared to when we started the process. Okay, this should be enough. Take your lid and close it nice and tight. Yeah, last little drop. Ooh, it's sweet. No surprises there. Okay, it's all clean. Okay, now, so basically what we got here, is 5 full jars and 3/4 jar. All right, and now the final step. We need to cover these 5 full jars nicely under a blanket here, and they have to cool down very slowly in the next 24 hours. The jar that's not completely full, I mean, we will leave it here in the kitchen and start using it. We let it cool down, yeah, just here, not under the blanket, and we will, yeah, use it and enjoy it. Okay, now let's see how we can cover this up nicely here, just like that. So make sure all the corners are tight, and now just leave it there for the next 24 hours, and after that you can put it away in your basement or your storage, whatever, and then open one jar at a time and start enjoying it. Okay, you guys, after all this hard work, now it's finally time to actually enjoy a glass of good cold chokecherry iced tea. First of all, take some ice cubes, and then put in there 2 tablespoons of chokecherry syrup. This is from the last year, nice and cold from the fridge. And then top it up with some cold water, just like that. And then go and sit on your patio and enjoy. Lovely. Very good, delicious. Depending on how sweet you like it, you can put a tablespoon more or less in there, and then yeah, enjoy it how you like it. That was a long day, and I hope you guys enjoyed what you saw, and if you like that type of videos, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we would love to see you next time. God bless.